Hi, this is Vivian again, and today what we're going to do is we're going to create a project for Google Apps Scripts where we will try to scrape a website and send out emails every time there's updates on that website, or if on that particular time we can send them emails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a new project, and for this we are going to use this website to scrape and to find the cases of coronavirus currently in by not by country but overall in the world. So this is the website that I'm going to use. So I'm going to just copy this website link and go back to my project and create a web URL, put in that variable. I'm going to call this, since it's coronavirus project, I'm going to call it coronavirus app. Okay, so I've got the URL. Next thing is to get the HTML from that particular, to scrape the web page. So I'm going to do is a response. I'm going to use a library called as URL fetch app, and it has a fetch which takes URL, fetch function which takes URL. So I'm going to give it the web URL. Next thing that I want to do is, once I get the web URL, let's look at how does it come back in response. I'll run this project. Might ask me for permissions. Say this user needs this permission. It might say this, so just go to advanced and go to coronavirus and just say allow. So this allows the app to be used with your code. I can look at the logs right here at view logs, and it might take some time, or you can go to the dashboard where it will show the data of that. If it doesn't show up, just a refresh a couple of times. It might take some time to go fetch the data. So I have the entire HTML, but I'm not interested in the entire HTML, just interested in a particular number in the website. So what I'm going to use is, I don't have jQuery, which it's one of my favorite library, but I'm going to go and use something called as Cheerios. Cheerios lets you kind of use jQuery type functions, and this is the script ID to be included in your project. So what you do is, if you want to use that, go to libraries. Okay, and because of this it's giving me error, so just go comment that resources, libraries, and the library that I want to add is this one, which I copied. Picks it up, it says version number, and I'm going to use this version number 11, which is stable. And next, to use that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say dollar equal to Cheerio dot load, so like that, and I want this response dot get context text. So this will give me the text inside that. If you want to see how this looks like, I can just print out dollar and see what comes back. You put everything that it gets inside a log. I can just go here and refresh this page. Sometimes it doesn't show up. Even if it says show in real time, it might not show up. So I have my entire data in a collection of a function. So the way to get it out from there is, the thing that I'm interested in is this number. So let's see what class or ID it has. So if you see, it has something called as main counter, and that's not the only one that has main counter. I've seen like few more elements inside there with main counter number. So I'm going to say I want the first main counter number from this particular page. To do that, what I'll do is I'm going to go say items of interest equal to Cheerio, and I'm looking for this class, and I'm looking for the first element in there. I'm looking for only text because it might give me HTML too. I'll say if it has spaces, just trim those and give me whatever is left. So I can copy this, oops, paste it here, run the project, and I can look at logs here. And if you see, it has the number that I want. The number might look different because this probably website has updated since I've last used it. So there you go, that's the number that we saw, and that's what we get here in our logs. Now to kind of email it out, what we need to do is we need to kind of use the mail app. So to do that, what I'm going to do is, first of all, let me create a email body. equal to, I can create it as HTML, but I'm going to say number of infected, and I'll put this in bold just to show that I can use some HTML in here. Items of interest, and close the bold, and that's my email body. Now how do I email it out? What we'll use is we'll use something called as mail app library. It's built in, send email, and inside the email the different things I can give is to, from, all those objects, but from is always from where you're sending it. You can just still give a alias. I want to send it to my email. I'll give my email here. Next I want to give a subject, and subject will be current now virus numbers, and HTML body, since I have HTML, to HTML body as this email body. Now when I run this, it will ask for permissions to use the mail app. So it needs to know that I, as Vivian Arana, is giving access by clicking on allow. So this will give me, let this app to send emails using my email. Okay, let's run this. It failed to send email, no subject line. So subject spelling is wrong, so I'm gonna say subject and run it again. Sorry, a server error occurred. So sometimes a server error occurs, so what you do is you wait for a few seconds and then try again. Once I do that, I can go back to my email. I have a security alert saying that I've given access to that app, so that's common. And here is my email that came with that particular number. Now the thing is, how do I automate it so I don't have to go over it again and again? What you can do is you can use a trigger, create a trigger, and you can say I want to run this function. The name of the function that I gave was my function. I left it default. Time driven you can also use from calendar. Hourly timer, no, I want few minutes. Every minute, yes, every minute. If it crashes, okay, let me know immediately. So save. So once I save this, it will create a trigger which will run every minute, and I don't have to come back to this project to look at the numbers to see, to kind of press the play button or run button every time I want to see it. So if you see right now, I got without pressing anything, I got an email at 1:43. I'll give it a few more minutes and start recording again just to show you the numbers change after 5 minutes. Since I said 5 minutes, since I said every minute, it will send me 5 mails in the next 5 minutes. So it's been almost 5 minutes and almost 4 minutes, and you can see that I already have 4 emails come in last 4 minutes, and I am very sure in a few seconds I'll get a fifth email too. And it kind of shows the numbers. The numbers are pretty consistent because nothing has changed, I guess, since we wrote this code, and there's not many infections. So that's why we see this. So there you go, the fifth email just came in. It's been 5 minutes and 5 emails have come in. So now I can go back, and since there's a limit of only 300 emails per day, I'm going to stop this. I don't want to run out of emails if I want other projects to run on it. So 300 emails per day is the limit. So you don't want to do it every minute, maybe every hour, or maybe once in a day. So use it wisely. So I'll leave you with that, and that's a project on this. You'll find this project on GitHub. I'm going to upload this if you want the code to use for your project. Thanks.